Hello, welcome to another movie recap. Today, we're gonna talk about a 1995 epic movie called Braveheart, so sit back, turn on the CC subtitles, and enjoy the video. In the year 1280, King Edward I of England invades and conquers Scotland after the death of Scottish King Alexander III, who had no heir to the throne. A young man named William Wallace witnesses the execution of Scottish nobles by King Edward, and he loses his father and brother in battles against the English. His uncle, Argyll, takes him on a pilgrimage throughout Europe, providing him with an education. Many years later, King Edward grants privileges and land to his nobles in Scotland, including the right to sleep with newlywed Scottish women. Wallace returns to Scotland as a grown man. Celebrating a friend's wedding when a lord intervenes to snatch the wife to bed her, Wallace stays and secretly marries his childhood friend Moran. When English soldiers try to rape Moran, Wallace intervenes, but she is captured and executed publicly for assaulting a soldier. In retaliation, Wallace leads his clan in an attack on the English garrison in his hometown and sends the remaining soldiers back to England with a message of rebellion. King Edward orders his son, Prince Edward, to stop Wallace at all costs while he secures an alliance with France. Alongside his friend Hamish, Wallace rebels against the English. He attacks English outposts where a Scottish husband exacted his revenge on the lord bedding his newlywed wife. Wallace's reputation grows, attracting hundreds of Scots from nearby clans to join him. Isabella and her maid having love talks about the heroics of Wallace towards her late wife. Wallace leads his army to victory at the Battle of Stirling Bridge, inspiring the fleeing Scots as he arrives. He shocks the English cavalry with hidden spears, then joined the front lines beheading the English commander Cheltham. Because of this he was knighted. Wallace seeks help from Robert the Bruce, the son of a nobleman who is vying for the Scottish crown. However, Robert's father, who is suffering from leprosy, wants to secure the throne by submitting to the English. He also attacks York and kills Longshanks's nephew, sending his severed head to the king. Philip, the crown prince's personal counselor, was thrown out of the window for interrupting the king, also for being a secret boyfriend of his homosexual son. Longshanks sends his son's wife, Isabella of France, to negotiate with Wallace. She is surprised to see that he's handsome and can also speak French and Latin, far-fetched from the description of him being a dumb barbarian. Returning to England, she learns it was all to distract Wallace from another English invasion. Isabella develops feelings for Wallace and warns him about the impending invasion. Wallace urges the Scottish nobility, including Robert the Bruce, to take immediate action and reclaim their country. Longshanks confronts the Scots at the Battle of Falkirk, leading his own army. During the battle, Scottish nobles Mornay and Lachlan betray Wallace after being bribed by Longshanks. The betrayal leads to the defeat of Wallace's army and the death of Hamish's father, Campbell. Wallace discovers that Robert the Bruce fought alongside Longshanks, causing him great anguish. Robert realizes the damage he has caused and vows never to betray his countrymen again. Wallace kills Lachlan and Mornay for their treachery and wages a guerrilla war against the English. Isabella leaks him information on their secret meetup cottage. Wallace asks her why she's helping, and Isabella admits she can't resist the Riz because her homo husband don't fulfill her needs, and they eventually have an affair. Robert arranges a meeting with Wallace in Edinburgh, but his father and other nobles conspire to capture and hand Wallace over to the English. When Robert learns of their betrayal, he disowns and banishes his father. Isabella, seeking revenge, informs the dying Longshanks that his bloodline will end with his death, as she is pregnant with Wallace's child and plans to ensure a short reign for Prince Edward. Wallace is brought before an English magistrate in London, where he is charged with high treason and sentenced to public torture and beheading. Even in the face of such cruelty, Wallace refuses to submit to the king. The crowd witnessing his execution is deeply moved by his courage and pleads for mercy. The magistrate offers Wallace a chance to be granted a quick death by uttering the word mercy, but Wallace defiantly shouts freedom. His cry resonates through the square, reaching the dying Longshanks. Just before his beheading, Wallace sees a vision of Moran in the crowd, smiling at him. In 1314, Robert, now the King of Scotland, leads his army against the English on the fields of Bannockburn. Instead of accepting English rule, Robert invokes the memory of Wallace, urging his men to fight alongside him as they did with their legendary hero. In a symbolic gesture, Hamish thrusts Wallace's sword into the ground in front of the English troops, and the Scottish warriors chant Wallace's name, fueling their determination. If you like more of my videos, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel so you don't miss out on more movie hidden gem recaps. Thank you.